जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यामुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यामुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। बहुत स्लो सिंक में हो। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 1, The Activities of Maharaj Priyavrata, Shloka number 37. Aho asadva anushthitham yad abhiniveshitoham indriyair avidya rachita vishama vishayandha kupe tad alam alam amushya um, Vanithaya Vinoda Mrugam Mag Dig Dig Iti Grahyam Chakara. So, word meaning Aho, alas, Asadu, not good, Anushtitam, executed, Yat, because, Abhiniveshitaha, being completely absorbed, Aham, I, Indriyahi, for sense gratification, Avidya, by nescience, Rachita, made, Vishama, causing distress, Vishaya, sense gratification, Andakupe, in the dark well, Tat, that, Alam, insignificant, Alam, of no importance, Amushyaha, of that, uh, Vanithayaha, wife, Vinodamrugam, just like a dancing monkey, Mam, unto, Dik, all condemnation, Dik, all condemnation, Iti, thus, uh, Gar, Garhyam, criticism, Chakara, he did. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The king thus began criticizing himself. Alas, how condemned I have become! Because of my sense gratification, I have now fallen into material enjoyment, which is exactly like a covered well. I have had enough. I am not going to enjoy anymore. Just see how I have become a dancing monkey in the hands of my wife. Because of this, I am condemned. Purport: how condemned is the advancement of material knowledge can be understood from the behavior of Maharaj Priyavrata. He performed such wonderful acts as creating another sun, which shined during the night, and creating a chariot so great that its wheel formed vast oceans. These activities are so great that modern scientists cannot even imagine how such things can be done. Maharaj Priyavrata acted very wonderfully in the material field of activities, but because he was dealing in sense gratification, ruling his kingdom and dancing to the indications of his beautiful wife, he personally condemned himself. When we think about this example of Maharaj Priyavrata, we can just consider how degraded is the modern civilization of materialistic advancement. Modern so called scientists and other materialists are very satisfied because they can construct great bridges, roads, and machines, but such activities are nothing comparable to those of Maharaj Priyavrata. If Maharaj Priyavrata could condemn himself in spite of his wonderful activities, how condemned we are in our so called advancement of material civilization. We can conclude that such advancement has nothing to do with the problems of the living entity entangled within this material world. Unfortunately, modern man does not understand this entanglement and how condemned he is, nor does he know what kind of body he is going to have in the next life. From a spiritual point of view, a great kingdom, beautiful wife, and wonderful material activities are all impediments to spiritual advancement. Maharaj Priyavrata had served the great sage Narada sincerely. Therefore, even though he had accepted material opulences, he could not be deviated from his own task. He again became Krishna conscious, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo na Vidyate Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. In devotional service, there is no loss or diminution, and even a small service rendered in devotional service is sufficient to save one from the greatest danger. Bhagavad Gita 240. Such renunciation as Maharaj Priyavrata's is possible only by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Generally, when people are powerful or when they have a beautiful wife, a beautiful home, and material popularity, they become more and more entangled. Priyavrat Maharaj, however, having been completely trained by great sage Narada, revived his Krishna consciousness in spite of all impediments. ॐ ज्ञानतिम्रान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, in today's sloka, we see that how Priyavrat Maharaj is condemning himself. In the previous sloka, we saw that how suddenly at one point in time, Priyavrat Maharaj, you know, got a very intense feeling of renunciation, and then he was remembering about his intense devotional service that he was practicing, before he entered into the Grahastha ashram. So now it has been a long time, and then he had begot many children, and also he ruled in a very exemplary way. And as Prabhupada is mentioning here, he created another sun. Like no material scientist can think of creating this. And through the like this one, he created a brilliant chariot which appeared like sun, and even the sun itself is also the same case, right? So, like sun god Vivaswan is riding on his chariot on top of the Manasutra mountain, and that is that is the glorious sun planet. Is the key effulgence is coming from the Surya Dev's chariot itself, and Surya Dev's personal effulgence. So now Priyavrat Maharaj constructed a similar kind of a chariot, which is so brilliant like the sun, and now we all know like how the sun goes in one side, the opposite side of the globe finds it to be night actually. So Priyavrat Maharaj told like why darkness should be there. So he created another sun. So कोई सो नहीं सकते हैं, हमेशा काम करना पड़ेगा 24/7. No, but spiritually it has a significance. So we all want to go to the spiritual world where there is no night, there is no darkness actually. So always it is bright. So here in the material world, we are conditioned by the darkness. So we require to sleep. But Prabhupada in many places he writes that when we advance in Krishna consciousness, our eating, sleeping, and all these things reduces actually. So our needs for the body actually reduces, because we can. Spirituality is all about light. Spirituality is all about this one Roshni. So there, like there is no andhakar. No, it is there. So he was creating that kind of this one, and that chariot when it went on top of the Bhumandala, so it created 7 concentric oceans. It's like very very powerful this one. So he was going around. Sun is going this side, and he was going like this. While going like sun is riding on top of Manasutra mountain, and he is riding on the Bhumandala plain. Manasutra mountain is like our ring road. तो पूरा पूरा भूमंडल का ये करके है, and then within that there is this whole Bhumandala was one single plane of land, so it was circular land. So this one boundary is the Manasutra mountain. So now center is the Mount Meru. So when he was going around, so his chariot wheel created such big depression that oceans created. That is how powerful this Priyavrat Maharaj's activities are. So no material scientist can think of, even imagine also can do this thing. Nobody can create ocean, sun, and all those things. So Priyavrat Maharaj created such wonderful things. But still, Now, this very important aspect that is there, which is very, very essential for Krishna consciousness, is self condemnation. No, like this should be coupled with the glorification of the Lord. No, so only self condemnation means it is depression. No, people who are in depression, they feel that, oh, I am fit for nothing, I cannot do anything, and things like that. So that feeling is alone, stand alone, that feeling is not very good. So but if it is coupled with the appreciation for other devotees and appreciation for the Lord, so then it becomes very wonderful actually. So I am so useless, but no, Krishna can use even this useless instrument and can do something wonderful. No, that is glory of Krishna. So having dependence on Krishna and condemning oneself, no, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives. Now we can see how the Vaishnava bhajans and all the that we sing every day. So that is quite very powerful. So the essence of all this thing is what? Amanina manadena. So not taking oneself any glory, and give all credit to other devotees, right? So other devotees unto the Lord. So when we do this thing, our heart will melt and we will be able to connect to the Lord. No. So but if we are not able to do this thing, so then we always try to protect our ego. So we are not able to condemn ourselves and find fault in ourselves, and we are not able to glorify the Lord and the devotees. So then it becomes a problem. No, that is like, then the heart is very hard. So in hard heart, we will not be able to chant the names of the Lord nicely, or relish Krishna consciousness. So this is because of attachment to one's own body. So in terms of body means, sometimes we may be like very austere. So like we are not giving anything to the gross body, but we are giving all facility for the subtle body, like mind, intelligence, and false ego. So like the mind wants something, so we are providing that. Maybe like sometimes austerity is also a sense gratification on the level of mind. you know so mind is thinking that I am a very austere person, so I will not take this, I will be like very, very strict and things like that. So it may be for the pleasing, like great devotees also may do that for the pleasure of the Lord. But a person who's not in the very high plane, he may be doing for the pleasure of his own mind, and thinking that how nice, renounced he is. So in this way, like our mind can anytime it can actually cheat us. So and sometimes we try to protect our ego, that if even if something wrong has happened, so we will protect ourselves, saying, no, I didn't do any wrong. No, and like generally what happens is, so when I'm trying to protect my mistakes, so I'll be trying to find mistakes elsewhere. So that is a very this one. So that is why this fault finding tendency comes out of self protection. Like just to prove myself I'm right. Like this I start finding fault elsewhere. So and I start finding fault in the Lord also, everywhere. Like sometimes people say that, how can the Lord do this thing? So it is like finding fault in the faultless. The Lord is faultless, so usko upar hi aarop laga diye. So then that is not a very good thing, right? So here this point, so Maharaj Priyavrata, as we saw in the previous sessions, that he led a dharmic life. No, it is not that he was doing sense gratification like a adharmic person. He led a dharmic life, and that too on the instruction of his father and Brahma himself. So he is criticizing himself. So now we should not say that, see how fallen Grahastha ashram is like. So they have become dancing monkeys in the hands of wife. So we should not think like that. So we should think that our own position, how bad we are. So like everybody should think in this way, like how to find fault in oneself, and how to find good qualities in other devotees. So then later we will see, like Shukadev Goswami is going to speak about glorification of Priyavrat Maharaj, where different people glorified Priyavrat Maharaj. So nobody condemned Priyavrat Maharaj. He only is condemning himself. No, nobody else is condemning himself. No, him, like everybody is glorifying him and he is condemning him. This is a very right position. If everybody are like telling you are wrong, and I am telling, no, I am not wrong, I am correct, so that is very bad position. No, that is ulta. Now here Priyavrat Maharaj is finding fault in himself, and everybody is finding good in Priyavrat Maharaj. This is very amazing condition actually. So like sometimes devotee may say like, no, first let other people find good in me, then I will find fault in me. That doesn't happen. When we find fault in ourselves, so then what happens is that, like, we please Krishna. When we please Krishna, we will be able to relish, the holy name of the Lord and Bhagavatam. So then, later on it is mentioned that when Priyavrat Maharaj, like, condemned himself, and then he applied himself in Krishna consciousness, so his heart has become the, like, pastime place of the Supreme Lord, क्रीडा स्थली, तो भगवान का लीला स्थली बन गया, उनका हृदय. So that is when a person becomes like that. So he is able to invite Krishna to his heart, and Krishna reside in his heart. So then other people will start glorifying, right? So even otherwise sometimes devotees may glorify, so but we should not take it seriously, no. So if we take it seriously, our ego will grow. So this is the Vaishnava etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette is we should glorify other devotees nicely, and then we should find fault in ourselves. So that is the condition where we will be very, very happy. Happy condition means we glorify others and we find fault in ourselves. And if this is the rule, then everybody will glorify others. So when others glorify us, we should not take it seriously. That is also part of Vaishnava etiquette. So when we do this thing, so then we are able to approach the Lord very nicely. So this is a very, very important lesson that we can actually see. And I was just hearing Prabhupada lectures last 2 days. So the same concept Prabhupada is telling. Why? Because in the same sequence, 2 times the same lecture is put. So I am hearing that again. So the same lecture. So Prabhupada is talking about this Prahlad Maharaj's statement to Hiranyakashipu. Sada samudvigna diyam asadgrahat. So like samudvigna diyam means like the mind is completely disturbed, and mind is going through so much of anxiety. Intelligence is disturbed because of so much of anxiety. Why this anxiety? So Prabhupada is telling, asadgrahat. So when I accept asadgraha, when I accept a temporary material body or mind or intelligence or ego, as my own, so then I am actually signing a contract for anxiety. So when I am attached to the body, so then I am signing a contract of anxiety. But when I am not very much attached to my body, so I find fault in myself. That means in my body and mind and intelligence and ego. So when I am finding fault in all these things, and then I appreciate other devotees' genuine devotional service, so then what happens is, like, I will not be in anxiety because I am not attached to the material body, right? So that is a very important aspect. So all great devotees, invariably we will see that they are condemning themselves, and appreciating the Supreme Lord. So if they are only condemning themselves, they are attached to the material body and not attached to Krishna, right? So but condemning themselves and glorifying Krishna. So this is a package. So when we do that, we do that in whole package. So now also we will see Priyavrat Maharaj condemns himself and immediately applies himself for Krishna consciousness, right? So that is a very important aspect. So here we see that he had performed many great activities, and even such great activities scientists are not able to perform. Even we are not able to perform even small activity. So when great people condemn themselves, we can very well find fault in ourselves. So then that is a nice comparison Prabhupada actually brings about. He's such a great person, he is finding fault in himself. So like we are very small, we can very well find fault in ourselves. So and then he was telling that Maharaj Priyavata acted very wonderfully in material field of activities, but because he was dealing in sense gratification, that is ruling his kingdom, like dancing to the indications of his beautiful wife, he personally condemned himself. He managed to find some fault in himself. Grahastha life means he has to be considerate with his wife, and he has to work somewhere and do some his kartavya he has to do. So that is like natural and acceptable for a grahastha. But then he is condemning himself, saying that no, you see how much I am involved in sense gratification. So what kind of a devotee I am. So it is right for him. Others should not see like this. When somebody criticizes Priyavrat Maharaj for this, he will fall down. So he did rightly whatever he is supposed to do in the Grahastha ashram, but still he is thinking that no, I am not a very nice devotee. Right. So one who thinks that I am not a very nice devotee is a nice devotee. one who thinks I am a nice devotee is not a nice devotee. You know? So that is the contrast, you know. So when we think about this example of Maharaj Priyavrata, we can just consider how degraded is the modern civilization of materialistic advancement. Modern so-called scientists and other materialists are very satisfied because they can construct great bridges, roads, machines, and things like that. This is nothing in comparison to what Priyavrata Maharaj himself did. So if Maharaj Priyavrata could condemn himself in spite of his wonderful activities, how condemned we are in our so-called advancement in material civilization. So Prabhupada is just creating this mood, how to do this amanina, how to find fault in oneself. Prabhupada is like giving a good this one. Such a great person is able to find fault, so we should definitely be able to find fault in ourselves. So we can conclude that such advancement has nothing to do with the problems of living entity entangled within the material world. Unfortunately, modern man does not understand his entanglement and how condemned he is, nor does he know what kind of body he is going to um, have in the next life. So now here we see, now Prabhupada is again and again bringing this point. So what is this condemnation? Why we are considered to be fallen? Now why Prabhupada is again and again saying that no, we don't know like how fallen we are. So what is our fallen condition? Any idea? What is our fallen condition? हाँ, मैं तो हम spiritual में रहेंगे. So like, what is the sign of being fallen condition? Yeah, being attracted to material things. Any other thing? The positive aspect of it is आकर्षण नहीं हो रहा है. So we are not able to get attraction to Krishna. So that is our fallen condition. So like whenever we think of like if anywhere like we read this how fallen I am and things like that, this prayer. So how to apply to ourselves? How we can understand that we are fallen? So I don't have any attraction to Krishna. So that is my fallen condition. When I'm chanting the names of the Lord, I'm not feeling attracted. No, I'm getting no distraction, no so many thoughts, or I'm getting sleep or things like that. So this is my fallen condition. I'm not naturally getting attracted to Krishna. No. So like I'm not thinking that like sometimes the acharyas give the example how a lover he will if he is in affair he will think so much what my lover will like, how we can fix an appointment, how we can actually meet, so many things like it is going on, mind is constantly thinking like that. So but I'm not getting such kind of thought towards the Lord. How can I render more service to Krishna, how can I give more pleasure to him? So my mind is not working so hard to find how can I please Krishna and be in that association and things like that. So I am actually calculating when will I finish my rounds, when will I finish the morning program, then uske baad thoda aaram karenge. You know? So a lover will not think like that. No, he will think, if he is parting with his, if his lover is going, maybe like this meeting can extend little more. He's thinking like that. Now our condition is when will the morning program get over, so that we can relax a little bit. So this is our fallen state of existence. So we should pray to Krishna that when will I become so much attracted to you that I will not feel giving up chanting or giving up like your service always, I'm fully immersed. So that condition is very much possible. If Krishna just awakens Krishna consciousness in our heart, we will immediately become we'll immediately having so much bliss and so much of happiness and so much of like what is that we will like the whole association of Krishna, right? So only problem is Krishna is not revealing himself, and the another major problem, root cause for that is we are not desiring so much to have Krishna's association, right? And so that is the main problem. So if we sincerely desire that I need to have association of Krishna, I need to have experience of Krishna. So like we sincerely have this desire and pray to Krishna, and then like follow the etiquette of like respecting Krishna and respecting Krishna's devotees and serving nicely, having this desire that I need to attain Krishna somehow or other. So then if we have this thing nicely, so then Krishna will bless. Whatever desire we have, Krishna will bless. So one time I was serving in the for our ISKCON legal cases and all that happens. So in that I was serving. So that like the case was drafted very nicely, like so many different points were drafted. And then finally there is a section called prayer. No, so the case is explained in many pages. No, like sometimes it goes to 100 pages also. Like what is the detailing of the case. And finally, like 3-4 lines of this one will be there. So that is called the prayer. No, like what is this? This one you can write anything that you want in the whole story. Like this person did like this, and this is our rightful claim, and we should get this, and things like that and all. So, but the final 4 lines, 3-4 lines, what is there? So, after hearing all these things, what the judge is supposed to do? What we are actually asking? What is the relief that we are asking? So, this property should be transferred from his name to my name. That is the last this one. So, that has to be written. So now, after arguing the whole case, the judge has the capacity to approve whatever you have asked or reject whatever you have asked. That's all. He cannot give, no, you have given so many things like, okay, this, no, the property has gone to him because of some criminal, this one, like he did some criminal thing. That is why, this property has gone to him. Rightfully, I am this one. So if I am only asking for the title, this property has to be shifted to me. So that's a legal case. So only that much will happen. So now the judge may direct, so there is some criminal activities involved, you have to file a criminal suit and pray for that, like, no, he should be arrested. No, for that, no, whatever appropriate way, he should be arrested. So without that, no, that action will not happen. So, or a police should file, or somebody should file that. The judge has only capacity to this one, whatever you have prayed for, the prayer section, that he will grant. That is called disposal of the case. If case is disposed, that means whatever you have prayed for is granted. If case is rejected, so that means whatever you have prayed for is rejected. You are not going to get that. Only that much will happen. Final end of the game is whatever you have asked, that will happen or not happen. That's all. So you can write any amount of story, that doesn't matter. So in the same way, whatever desire you have and whatever prayer you have, that is what Krishna will fulfill. So you may know this is right, that is right. No, I could have done this, I could have done this. All these things useless. Finally, what prayer you make? Krishna, I want to get attraction to you. Or Krishna, please remove this material attraction. So that is what will happen. Other things will not happen. Krishna can induce us to desire something. Krishna can give us some good association. So in that way, we will get some spiritual desire and things like that. So all these things Krishna can do. But finally, whatever we desire, that is what Krishna will sanction. So that is the critical aspect. So that is why we should try to develop the desire. The key thing in Krishna consciousness is developing intense desire to attain Krishna. So that is a key thing. So when that is there, Krishna will sanction that. Okay, like you are desiring so nicely, so have it. Like that. So in association, when we come in association of devotees, this is what we want. Like how to intensely hanker for Krishna, how to actually develop that love and affection for Krishna. So when we do that, so then automatically, like, everything that needs to be done will be wonderfully done, right? So without this, we can do so many other things. It is of no use. So the prime thing is this only. So, like, from spiritual point of view, a great kingdom, beautiful wife, and wonderful material activities are all impediments to spiritual advancement. So these are all impediments. So definitely, like all material assets. So one nice thing in the prasadam prayers, we see that this body is network of illusion, and then the senses are very powerful, like Kala Sarpa, and we are thrown into the ocean of sense objects. So why is it very important? Because the senses will become active only in the presence of sense objects. So now, like a beautiful woman is a sense object for a man. So in the presence of women, so why we get disturbed? Because the senses and sense objects are in proximity. That is why we get disturbed. So that is why in the Vedic system it is mentioned that Purush or Stree ke beech mein gap hona chahiye. Like there should not be. So this co-education and co-live and stuff like that is crazy. Where a person, they think that it is very nice. They think that speaking to opposite sex is so nice and it is like titillating our senses and things like that. But actually, ehi samsparshacha bhoga dukkha yone evate. They don't know this is the formula for dukkha. And they do this thing and they question why there is so much of problem in life. अरे सेंसेस एंड सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स पास में रखेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम ही तो होगा ना, और क्या होगा, लाइफ में पूरा प्रॉब्लम ही रहेगा। दूर करो इसको, लाइक प्रॉब्लम ठीक हो जाएगा, है ना। सो लाइक द दिस वन इज, दैट इज व्हाई वी शुड सी that like senses and sense objects should be kept away. No, but the bodily necessities are there. So I need to have, food is also sense objects, and hearing something nice is also sense object. Seeing something nice is also sense object. So I need to survive. No, I have senses. I need to engage my senses. So then legal sense gratification is allowed. So if we can completely renounce everything, then you just see, Krishna's beautiful form, and then hear Krishna's holy name, and glories of Krishna, and then like for the sensation of touch, like we touch the this one, we touch and serve the this one, we cleanse the temple of the Lord, and we touch the bodies of other devotees, like in that way. So we can actually utilize the all the senses in the legal way. Okay, if this is not sufficient, I need to have the satisfaction of the sex. So then I need to legally get married to a woman, as a wife, and then I should engage in the sense gratification. A legal sense gratification is not very much contaminating, So, but after a level of knowledge increases, so then that sense gratification is also contaminating. One has to renounce that and become a renunciant, so giving up all forms of sense gratification. And like, but one very important thing for the renunciants is that when we see grahastha devotees, so we should not see that they are fallen and they are engaged in sense gratification. So we should see the good in them, like how even when the sense object is next to them, still they are so sense controlled and still they are rendering nice service. We should develop a lot of appreciation towards them. So if we think that a grahastha devotee is fallen, so then we will fall. So that is a problem. So we should always see how other person is doing best in his Krishna consciousness. So one devotee was mentioning, this world is like a garbage, like it's like a garbage can. So everybody will have some fault, but if we are very expert in finding the fault that other person has, so very soon that fault will come in us. If you find this fault, oh, you see, like you're not, you're not perfect in this particular thing. So when I'm thinking about that, so that fault will come on me. Very soon I will be able to display that same fault. So, but if I am able to see something good, in others, so very soon that good will appear in me, right? So that is why an intelligent devotee will always try to see how, what good other people are having and try to appreciate that. So he will start earning good things, he will start gathering good things. So but if he is so much focused on finding fault, so then he is actually going on collecting all the faults. So very short time, he will be filled with all faults. So like and he'll become very difficult to associate with and things like that. So that is the problem with the fault finding. And that devotee was mentioning that like it is the whole world, like everything in the material world is garbage only. So in the garbage, if there is a garbage in the garbage can, nobody will say anything. Garbage is there in the garbage can. But if there is something good in the garbage can, they'll say, "Arey, like no, सोना पड़ा हुआ garbage can में, तो उसको उठाओ उठाओ." So like we should not be astonished to see something bad in the material world. तो वही तो है मेटीरियल वर्ल्ड का समन सब्सटेंस है, उसमें कुछ अच्छा चीज मिला, लाइक वो बोलने का बात है कि लाइक कुछ तो अच्छा है, बुरा चीज तो ये तो पूरा दुनिया बुरा ही है, लाइक उसमें बुरा है तो लाइक क्या बड़ी बात है, वो बुरा तो रहेगा, ऑब्वियसली रहेगा, है ना. So like that we should see that how to actually find the good, this one, right? So therefore, even though he had accepted material opulences, he could not be deviated from his own task. So this we see when, like, we don't know what is going to happen in our future, like we will continue in devotional service or we may fall down, but like whenever we do devotional service, if we are doing it with intensity, even if we fall or even if we get onto another, like kya pata, like who will become what. So but then like even if we engage in material life, so this intense devotional service that is performed, that will help us anytime, like that will surely help us. That is Prabhupada is mentioning this thing, swalpam apayasya dharmasya tarayate mahato bhayat. So even a small devotional service rendered, sincere devotional service rendered, that will always come to save us. When we are in greatest anxiety in our life, so all the devotional service that we perform, like that will come to save us actually. That will create very wonderful, feeling. Krishna will automatically come in the heart. No, at this time, like no devotional service is performed, but long back it is performed. Then it comes. Like Gajendra, he performed some sincere devotional service in the past life, and then in the next life, what happens? He was in serious difficulty, and suddenly, like Krishna consciousness came in the heart, and he is praying. Now I am so blissful in the heart. Like no, now I am just simply wanting the darshan of the Lord. And when the Lord comes, like he is actually in the difficulty. Like anybody would say, no, if you are got an accident, like पैर फ्रैक्चर हो गया, पड़ा हुआ नीचे, तो कोई आया सामने दिखा, अरे जल्दी आओ ना, like पड़ा हो इधर नीचे. So he's not telling. When the Lord comes in the sun, he's not telling, please come and attend to me. No, I am in distress. Even in that distress condition, he is actually taking the lotus and offering to the Lord. So you can imagine like how much bliss he is having in the heart. He's not feeling the pain of his leg fracture. He's actually taking and giving a lotus flower to the Lord. So the real happiness can be brought from within only. Externally, how much our support we may get, still real happiness we cannot get. So real happiness, we will get only when we are able to be in Krishna consciousness. We are able to remember Krishna. We are able to chant his names, with full attention and things like that. So that is when we will get the real bliss, in the heart. So here we see that, like that is why invariably all the great devotees, they give up all the material facilities, and then they take up to intense practice of Krishna consciousness, right? So such renunciation as Maharaj Priyavata's is possible only by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So he was having intense Krishna consciousness. So how is it suddenly came? No, his immediate sadhana is he was there in Grahastha Ashram, and he was having nice facilities in the Grahastha Ashram and nice material enjoyment, which is permissible in the Grahastha Ashram. So that is what he was having. And how did this sadhana bring about intense Krishna consciousness? It's only by the grace of the Lord. The Lord appreciated his devotional service in the past, and he gave him, saying that now you can have Krishna consciousness. At this time, he is not even praying for it. So suddenly that Krishna consciousness actually appeared in his heart because of his past prayers. So in the past, he had prayed that I want to have your lotus feet as the only shelter. I don't want any other shelter. I don't want to have any other enjoyment. Simply, I want to serve you. So like that, he had executed sincere devotional service, and now his immediate, this one is his only family life. But then intense Krishna consciousness came about, right? So generally, when people are powerful, or when they have beautiful wife and beautiful home, material popularity, they become more and more entangled. Priyavrat Maharaj, however, having been completely trained by great sage Narada, revived his Krishna consciousness in spite of all impediments. So this is one very powerful thing. No amount of material impediments can stop Krishna consciousness. No amount of material hurdles can actually stop Krishna consciousness. If Krishna consciousness has to be aroused, so everything can be like baji mein hata sakte hai, actually. So that is the power of Krishna consciousness, right? So that is why whenever we are doing devotional service, tomorrow we don't know where we are, what we will be doing, but today we know we are there in the temple, we are there in the renunced ashram and brahmacharya ashram. So we have to just fully invest ourselves. Let me try to serve Krishna fully. Even if some thought comes, no, I want to go out, that time I'll go out. But now let my thought be fully involved in Krishna consciousness. Let me not deviate from this one, because the investment it is going to have heavy returns. I'm going to like even if I go in sidetrack, so when it comes, the returns will come. The interest will be like 100,000, million times. This one. This is the best investment. Let me invest fully on this best investment, right? So that is how we should practice Krishna consciousness. So one thing, like once I had approached a senior devotee saying that I'm finding so much, I'm little bit afraid about my future. What should I do and how should I do and things like that. So then that devotee told, no, like brahmachari should not think about tomorrow also. What you're thinking about future. Just live your life today and then be happy. If you think about tomorrow also, you will get into anxiety. Don't think about tomorrow, what is going to happen. So just live today and be happy. So that's a very, very nice this one. If Krishna has saved us today, tomorrow also he will save us. So not have too much tension. So today I've got time to render nice service. And we see that mode of goodness. So later on when I read Bhagavad Gita, no, I could able to understand. So in mode of ignorance, what we'll do, like whatever has happened in the past, we'll think, अरे like मैं कुछ अच्छा कर सकता था, ऐसा कर दिया मैंने, वैसा कर दिया मैंने. So that is thinking about the past. And mode of passion means मैं फ्यूचर में ऐसा करूंगा, वैसा करूंगा, like no, ऐसा हो गया तो क्या होगा, वैसा हो गया तो क्या होगा, like no, it is all in the future. So both of these people are in distress only. No, thinking about the past he is distressed, thinking about the future he is distressed. So mode of goodness is the like this one of happiness, no, situation of happiness. And in mode of goodness a person will be thinking about the present. Today I've got this time, now I've got this opportunity, how I can do this nicely. So that is mode of goodness, and only in that condition we will be happy. No, we think about the past, whatever good or bad we did. No, even good we think. No, that also will be miserable only. कितना कितना अच्छा किया मैंने. No, like those things that also will eventually bring about no distress. And कितना बुरा किया मैंने, so that also will bring about distress. And then the future, like I'm planning so many things, or future appears to be dark. No, it is not very like promising. No, future is like I'm finding so many challenges in the future, so then also I'll be distressed. So we should just live today. No, so that is the mode of goodness. And like how can we bring about that such thoughts? We should associate with things in goodness. So getting up early in the morning and being keeping ourselves clean, and no thing doing these things which are associated with mode of goodness, and having prasadam, no, which is not too spicy, no, not too like things like that and all. So when we associate with things in mode of goodness, so then automatically our thoughts will also be in mode of goodness. So we will be able to apply ourselves in the present. And when we are able to apply ourselves in the present, we will be happy. No, so whenever past and future thought comes, we are miserable. That's all. You know, कुछ happiness का guarantee नहीं है उधर. You know, like only guarantee is misery at that time. Right? So with this, I pause today's discussion. Any questions or comments we can take? Hmm? सो भगवान थोड़े दिन के लिए लाइक नो उनका वो सिंसियरली प्रैक्टिस किया, बट फिर भी अपराध किया तो क्या होगा. तो उनको थोड़ा दिन नो भक्तों के संग से लाइक अलग रखेंगे भगवान. तो या नहीं तो लाइक वो थोड़ा छोटा अपराध ऐसा कुछ है तो लाइक भक्तों के संग में ही रख के ठीक कर देंगे. बट बहुत बड़ा अपराध नो वो हमेशा अपराध ही कर रहे हैं, तो फिर भक्तों के संग से नो थोड़ा सा हटा देंगे. और थोड़ा उनको मटेरियल लाइफ में और कुछ कुछ शिक्षाएं मिलेगा. सो उसके बाद वो जब तैयार है तो फिर से संग में लेके आएंगे भगवान. सो वही एक ही चीज हमारा डर है ना. अगर पाप भी करेंगे तो उतना डर नहीं है, क्योंकि भगवान पाप से इतना ये मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि पाप डेफिनेटली हमको बहुत ऊंचा स्तर पे जाने के लिए नहीं छोड़ते हैं. सो बट पाप को निकालना बहुत आसान है, बट अपराध को निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है. नो, सो टाइम लगता है एक्चुअली. नो, पाप ऐसा है कि लाइक मैं सेंसिटाइजेशन कर रहा हूँ, पाप सेंसिटाइजेशन की वजह से होता है. बट अपराध किस लिए होता है? तो किसी और नो भक्तों को या भगवान का या नो शास्त्र का या हरिनाम का उल्लंघन करना, उसका लाइक नो उसका नो थोड़ा नीचे स्तर पर लेके आना, तो वो अपराध होता है. नो, तो वो दूसरों के प्रति होता है. नो, कृष्णा लाइक अपने आप को जितना भी हम लोग सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करें, पाप करें, लाइक नो कृष्णा माफ कर देते हैं. बट दूसरों को कुछ भी करेंगे नो कृष्णा अलर्ट हो जाता है. सो लाइक जब पांडवों का ये हुआ था ना, सो पांडव लोग नो उनको कौरवों को माफ करने के लिए तैयार थे, तो युधिष्ठिर तो तैयार थे. तो बट भगवान बोले लाइक आप माफ कर सकते, मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ. तो लाइक आप लोग वक्त है, आप लोगों का ऐसा किया, तो मैं लाइक उसको उन लोगों को गिन गिन के मारूंगा. वही चीज होगा. मैं माफ नहीं कर सकता हूँ. तो ऐसा करके नो ये है. नो, इसके लिए वो अपराध थोड़ा सीरियस होता है. नो, बट फिर भी भगवान सब जीवों को प्रति प्रेम रखते हैं, तो इसके लिए लाइक नो हमको दंड भी देंगे. सो लाइक थोड़े टाइम में लाइक हमको वापस लेके आ जाएंगे. नो, ऐसा वो थोड़ा टाइम किसी किसी का एक लाइफ टाइम में होता है, किसी किसी में 100 लाइफ टाइम में होता है, पता नहीं। तो वो वही थोड़ा टाइम है। तो इसके लिए न चैतन्य महाप्रभु जब भी बोलते हैं, लाइक किसी जगह पे, लाइक बहुत कम समय होता है, चैतन्य महाप्रभु नो अलग अलग जगह पे गुजर के जाते थे, और बहुत ही कम समय जिधर है, तो उस टाइम पे सारा शास्त्र को लाइक एक दो नो शिक्षा में लाइक डाल के देते थे। सो वो क्या है, नो निरंतर हरिनाम करो और अपराध मत करो। नो ये दोनों चीज फॉलो करने में लाइक सारा कुछ जितना भी होना चाहिए, जितना भी शास्त्र हम लोग समझना चाहिए, सब कुछ समझ ली। तो इतना ही हमको चाहिए। इसको विस्तार करना है तो लाइक काफी कुछ बोल सकते हैं हम लोग, नो, बट लाइक बहुत संक्षेप में हम लोग सब कुछ नो जानना चाहिए। तो यही चीज है कि लाइक नो भगवान का सेवा करना चाहिए, अपराध नहीं करना चाहिए। तो इसमें सब कुछ नो है, लाइक हमारा शास्त्र में जितना भी हम लोग समझना चाहिए, सब कुछ इसी चीज में है, नो, ऐसा। हम्म। थोड़ा बहुत सोचना चाहिए, नो, थोड़ा बहुत फ्यूचर के लिए प्लानिंग या कुछ नो सेविंग्स है, सब चीज रखना चाहिए। बट देन उनको भी अगर नो ये चीज है कि लाइक अगर खुश रहना है, तो खाली मोड ऑफ गुडनेस सत्व गुण में ही हम लोग खुश रह सकते हैं। तमोगुण में बहुत ही नो लाइक पीड़ा होगा, और रजोगुण में भी लाइक रजोगुण का पीड़ा कैसा है, जैसा वो सिगरेट स्मोक कर रहे हैं ना, तो उसको अंदर जला रहे हैं नो, और उनका अच्छा लगता है। तो रजोगुण में अच्छा लगता है, बट देन क्या है, अंदर जल रहा है एक्चुअली। सो थोड़ा दिन बाद में पता चलेगा कि लाइक पूरा जल चुका है। नो, सो वो ऐसा एक नो, वो बहुत ही डेंजर है एक्चुअली ना, अपने आप को जला रहे हैं, बट उनको लग रहा है कि लाइक मैं खुश में हूँ, मैं संतुष्टि में हूँ। तो वो बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम है एक्चुअली। तो असलित्व में लाइक जो हैप्पीनेस है, वो खाली सत्वगुण में है। तो सत्वगुण मतलब नो अभी का स्थिति का सोचना, नो, तो वो भी फ्यूचर का प्लानिंग करते हैं, बट कैसे करते हैं, लाइक वो प्लानिंग करते हैं ताकि नो मुझे कुछ डायरेक्शन मिले, बट वो प्लानिंग को उतना अटैचमेंट नहीं रखता है। तो कल भगवान कुछ चेंज कर दे तो चेंज कर दिया, नो, तो इतना ज्यादा अटैचमेंट नहीं रखते। तो कुछ तो हम भी अगर काम करना है तो लाइक कुछ तो फ्यूचर प्लानिंग करना होता है। जस्ट लाइक अभी कि नो भक्ति शास्त्री का एग्जाम हो रहा है, तो लोग अभी प्रिपेयर करना होता है, नो। सो ऐसा नहीं कि लाइक मैं आज का ही देखूंगा, कल नहीं देखूंगा। तो थोड़ा प्लान करना होता है। सो बट इतना ज्यादा भी फ्यूचर सोचना नहीं चाहिए, नो, जस्ट लाइक कि नो बुढ़ापा में क्या होगा, कौन देखभाल करेंगे, तो ये सब ज्यादा सोचना नहीं चाहिए। तो लाइक ना हमारे पास बैंक बैलेंस नहीं है, तो हम तो सब कुछ त्याग के लाइक ब्रह्मचारी लाइफ में जी रहे, तो क्या होगा हमको, तो ऐसे सोचेंगे तो जरूर इधर से निकल जाएंगे। सो लाइक ऐसा सोचना चाहिए कि ठीक है, लाइक नो जो कुछ भी है ना, ज्यादातर कितना होगा, मरेंगे ना, लेकिन मर जाएंगे, लेकिन और क्या होता है। सो ऐसा ऐसा सोच के लाइक जीना चाहिए। सो तभी हम लोग खुशी में रहेंगे, है ना। एंड जो लाइक ये एक चीज है बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, हमारा वैल्यू किससे बनता है, नो, लाइक कौन सा चीज हमको वैल्यू देता है। तो जितना मैं कृष्ण को याद रखूंगा, नो, जितना मैं भगवान को याद करूंगा, उतना मैं वैल्यूबल बनता हूँ, नो। सो बाकी लोग भी लाइक बुढ़ापा में क्या होगा, तो लाइक सब लोग आके नो कंपटीशन करके आपको सेवा करेंगे। बट आप कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस में ग्रो नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो भगवान को याद करने में समर्थ नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो क्या होगा, लाइक नो आप रहेंगे, ठीक है, सीनियर डिवोटी है, कुछ तो कर देंगे करके कोई कुछ करके जाएंगे। सो बट लाइक क्या है, लाइक वो वैल्यू नहीं बनेगा एक्चुअली, है ना। सो एटिकेट की वजह से नो, जैसा युधिष्ठिर महाराज धृतराष्ट्र को सेवा कर रहे थे, सो बट धृतराष्ट्र इतना हैप्पी नहीं था, नो। सो एटिकेट की वजह से दूसरे लोग हमको सेवा करेंगे, सो बट देन लाइक हम अगर हैप्पी होना है और दूसरों को भी लाइक वो लाइक संतुष्टि प्रदान करना है, तो हम नो बहुत स्ट्रांग भगवान का याद करना चाहिए, नो उसके लिए प्रार्थना करना चाहिए। तो लाइक इसके लिए नहीं कि लाइक बुढ़ापा में कोई सेवा करने आएंगे। उसके लिए नहीं करना चाहिए। मैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियस नहीं बनूंगा तो कोई सेवा नहीं करेंगे। तो ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए। तो लाइक अगर भगवान को याद करेंगे, तो कोई सेवा करे या ना ना करे, नो हम लोग बहुत नो लाइक आनंद को अनुभव करेंगे एक्चुअली। रियल आनंद इसलिए है नो कि हमारा भगवान की याद से नो, भगवान का स्मरण से आता है एक्चुअली। सो वही असली संतुष्टि, नो उसी उसी को प्राप्त करने के लिए सोचना चाहिए, नो। ठीक है।
What time it will be creating the financial problems and will occurring the depressions.
डिप्रेशन ना,
Depression.
तो अगर हम भगवान का याद अच्छे से याद नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, नो, खाली हम सिर्फ फाइंडिंग फॉल्ट इन वन सेल्फ एंड नॉट ग्लोरीफाइंग कृष्णा मीन्स इट इज इन मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस, नो, तमोगुण में पड़ गए हैं। तो इसके लिए लाइक अपने आप को लाइक ये इसके लिए नहीं कि लाइक आउट ऑफ ह्यूमिलिटी, तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन है, कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे you know? ये बंदा कर रहा है, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, लाइक यू नो, ऐसा लाइक कुछ फ्रस्ट्रेशन जब होता है ना, वो तमोगुण में पड़ जाते हैं। तो उस टाइम पे लाइक अपने आप को कंडम करने लगते हैं, और नो भगवान को या दूसरे डिवोटी को नो अप्रिशिएट करना नहीं होता है एक्चुअली। और रजोगुण में पड़ गया, अरे ये क्या कर रहा है, मैं इससे अच्छा करूंगा, यू नो, सो लाइक यू नो, वो रजोगुण में लाइक ऐसा प्रभाव हो जाता है, और बहुत लाइक प्राइड एंड ईगो एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाता है। तो उस टाइम पे भी लाइक यू नो मिजरी रहेगा एक्चुअली। सो सत्वगुण में क्या है, लाइक ये डिवोटी नो, ये तो कुछ फॉल्ट है, तो ठीक है, फॉल्ट है तो संभाल लेंगे। ये कुछ अच्छा है, लाइक अच्छा अच्छा भी दिखाई पड़ेगा, फॉल्ट भी दिखाई पड़ेगा, तो उसको बराबर नो उतना ही वैल्यू देंगे। और अपने आप को समझते हैं कि लाइक मैं इतना स्थिति पे हूँ, मैं यही कर सकता हूँ, यही कर नहीं सकता हूँ, तो वो लाइक सब कुछ ठीक समझ के लाइक ठीक इसमें लाइक काम करते हैं, और ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं रखते हैं किसी के ऊपर, और ज़्यादा ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं है, जो ज़्यादा गुस्सा भी नहीं आता है, लाइक यू नो हमेशा वो इसमें लाइक अपना काम में लाइक बहुत अ, आनंद ले सकते हैं वो, है ना। बट भक्त बन गए तो और एक स्टेप ऊपर है, सतोगुण का भी लाइक और एक स्टेप ऊपर है, कि वो लाइक बाकियों को गलत को देख नहीं पा रहे, नो, खाली बाकियों को अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं, और खुद का ऊपर लाइक सब गलतियां दिखाई पड़ रहा है। तो एक बार नो एक व्यक्ति ने बोला कि एक फर्स्ट रैंकर है, तो बोला कि लाइक मैं ये नहीं पढ़ा, वो नहीं पढ़ा, ऐसा करके लाइक नो थोड़ा सा उसका एंग्जाइटी था कि ये थोड़ा सा चीज मैंने छोड़ दिया। तो फिर दूसरा एक आके पूछा कि लाइक ये क्यों, आप तो ऐसा भी फर्स्ट रैंक ले लेंगे, तो ये क्यों इतना टेंशन क्यों ले रहे हैं। तो वो बोला इतना टेंशन ले रहा हूँ इसके लिए मैं फर्स्ट रैंक ले रहा हूँ क्योंकि लाइक उसका कमियों के ऊपर टेंशन है, इसके लिए वो हमेशा अच्छा मार्क मिल रहा है उसको, है ना। तो लाइक जो बुरा है वो बोले अरे तुम क्या पढ़ा है ना, तुम भी तो नहीं पढ़ा है लेकिन वो कुछ मार्क लेने वाला नहीं है ना, क्यों मुझे बोल रहे मैं नहीं पढ़ा हूँ, लेकिन ये तो कभी मार्क नहीं लेने वाला है ना। तो ऐसा ये चीज ठीक है, तो अभी ये करेंगे, बाकी प्रसाद में डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। अंतराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।